It's time to set out on another adventure with me, the casual competitor, and my dog Obi. Today we have the very anticipated Modern Horizons 2 Draft Booster Box. Alright, so we got the Modern Horizons Draft Booster Box. What I always refer to as the standard product. This one's a little bit non-standard. Obviously, Modern Horizons has a little bit higher power level. You still are provided with 36 regular packs. Just like any draft booster box. They can be drafted like any draft booster box. The pack breakdowns with these are actually relatively simple. We'll get into it as we crack the first pack here. Nothing too flashy. You have your commons like normal. You should be having, in this pack we'll have 9 commons because I did notice there's a foil. You do have chances at the sketch arts, like this one here. So that is an alternate art, and you can get those at any rarity. Then you have some uncommons. You have 3 uncommons. Then you always have a new to modern reprint. So this can be any rarity. This can be common, uncommon, or rare. So far seems relatively common that you get multiples. And then you have your rare spot. And then if you have a foil, you have a foil, and always you have your token. So, like I said, a relatively normal pack as far as it goes. The chance of getting these alternate art cards, the sketch cards, is pretty fair. I've seen several of them floating around in the couple drafts I've done. So, as we go through here, I'm certain we'll see more than just that one. See right there, we already got uncommon. This is a retro border. And then we got some uncommons, a Sterling Grove. Oh, and we got, this is our, like I said, the new to modern card can be any rarity. So we got a new to modern rare. And then we actually got a Dermataxi, which is a taxiderm spelled backwards. Or palindrome, or however you want to pronounce it. As our rare from that pack. Like I said, these are relatively standard packs as far as the breakdown goes. Commons and uncommons wise. See, this pack did not have any alternate arts. Our new to modern card here is an uncommon. And we got a rare Calibrated Blast. So far we've opened 4 packs. We've gotten 3 alternate art cards. So if that's something you're looking for, definitely really good to... oh, actually that one had 2 of them. That's awesome. Our new to modern cards are uncommon. Oh, but we got a foil Dalthy Voidwalker. Very powerful card. Very sought after card. Definitely one of those cards that is going to see play in constructed formats. The Dalthy Voidwalker here has Shadow. Whenever a permanent, I believe it's permanent. No, if a card will be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead with a void counter on it, and then you can tap and sack him and play a card with a void counter on it. So really good foil there. One of my favorite rares from this set. I actually got to play with it a little bit in limited, and that thing is a brick house in the limited format. Great. So once again, we got 2 alternate art cards here. We got a Void Mirror. Oh, and we got an alternate art foil Blossoming Calm. Stick that with the regular foils. So several of the rares and uncommons from the... I actually can't remember if there's any commons that are new to modern, but several of them are kind of eye-popping when you first see them. So we got another rare that is new to modern, and we got a rare for our pack. which, like I said, those are the cards that I think you'll be hunting for the most when you're cracking these. The uncommons, even, you're going to get in lower numbers because you don't have the chance of getting them out of every pack. You only get one per pack, so they are a little bit harder to come by. They made a good choice. We got a alternate art late to dinner. With the way that they chose some of them, because I feel like it was definitely Ooh, in our first mythic here, we got a Grief. Very good mythic. I'm actually going to make a pile specifically for the mythics this time. Just because I want to start keeping track of how many mythics we get per box. Kind of averaging it out over time. And with this set particularly, almost all the mythics are eye-popping. So the number that we get from them is something I definitely want to keep track of. But yeah, so like Counterspell was a card, to get back to my point, Counterspell was a card that is new to Modern from this. But the cool thing that I like about that is you're not going to be hunting too hard for Counterspells because you could have gotten them from Strixhaven as a Mystic Archive. So we got a Patriarch's Blessing, new to Modern card, and we got a Diamond Lion, the fixed version of a Lion's Eye Diamond. And I have to say that is one of my favorite things about this set is the number of cards that they have taken from Modern and slapped it onto another card type. Like, instead of having Brainstorm, you have Brainstone, which is Brainstorm on an artifact. And so it just takes an extra turn to complete. Seal of Removal. The seals are really good cards to add into Modern. And then you have Esper Sentinel, which is a very highly sought after uncommon as well. Very powerful uncommon, or not common, but rare. That Sentinel, it is dangerous because it says any non-creature spell, so it even hits like your opponent playing enchantments or your opponent playing anything at all that is not a creature, obviously. But Flame Rift, and then the new Goyf, the Necro Goyf. Its power is equal to the number of creature cards in all graveyards. Beginning of each player's upkeep, that player discards a card. It has a madness cost of 3 or a regular cost of 5. It's definitely a good card. I don't know if it's as good as Tarmogoyf, just because Tarmo is 2 all the time. And that, I think, kind of matters in the Modern format. Which, you know, maybe they go together. Maybe you play some number of split, or even both of them. Just go all Goyf all time. So we got a Solitary Confinement, and we got a Sanctuary Weaver. Wow, that would have been an insane limited pack if you were playing some sealed with that. Having Solitary Confinement and something that adds mana for the number of enchantments you have definitely would be a great place to start. I haven't been too super impressed with any of the uncommons, but there's several that I like for flavor. We got our first fetch land here. We got an Arid Mesa, and we got a Foil Recalibrate. Yeah, that's something that I kind of glance over. I know so many people are super excited about the fetch lands. I humble brag, I already have playsets of 9 out of 10 of them. I need Scalding Tarns, and that's only because last year I sold mine. So wow, that had 3 alternate art cards in it. That's insane. Wow, we're up to 4 alternate art cards. And we got a Suspend and a Vindicate. Vindicate is a very good card I'm happy to see in the Modern format. And we got a Foil Yavimaya Elder as well. But yeah, so they're kind of bonus for me. Like, I'm definitely never unhappy about getting fetch lands. Fetch lands are super cool. I think that they are heavily played, and for good reason. They are just the top tier version of lands you would want in most decks. So I'm always happy to get them, but like I said, it's not something I'm hunting for, so to speak. And then we got a Zabaz. The Glimmer Wasp was a rare out of that pack. And a Bone Shredder. But yeah, as far as rare goes, I will definitely take a fetch land any day. Some commons here. We got a Mishra's Factory. We got our second mythic, which is Fury. So we're up to 2 incarnations. Fury's probably the most about them. All of them have really good ETBs. The green one I think is meant to be played more as a creature than to be evoked out, but definitely has the bonus side of being able to be evoked out. But Fury just deals damage. I mean, I'm not... Everybody... I could be very wrong. It could become the most busted thing ever to be seen in the format, but it's just... it just is like... I feel like you could have done more. Just in my opinion. It's a little lazy design. Breya's Apprentice is the rare out of this pack. So far though, we are almost halfway through the booster box here, and we have seen 2 mythics. We have seen 1 fetch land. Definitely, I would say this is a decent box at the very least. I don't know how much truth there is to it. Oh, this is a card that I really like. This is one of the few commons in this set that's really impressed me. So I am very happy to get an alternate art of that. And there's that Brainstone I'm talking about. Ooh, we got an Old Border Titania and a Verdant Command. So this is a new to modern card. So I'm going to put it in that stack, but it is technically a mythic. So I actually... screw it. We'll make it its own pile. Titania can just hang out by herself. But yeah. I think that there is A, B, and C boxes, and I think that the A box is being the best you can get. Oh, we got an alternate art Dakon, and we got a Enchantress Presence as our new to modern card. That Dakon art looks really good too. But yeah, I think that they did really good at balancing their boxes most of the time, but I have heard, and I've seen from the number of boxes I've opened, that there is, I wouldn't say good and bad boxes per se, but I always kind of rank them A, B, and C. A, B, and C being A being the best, and C being the worst. I don't think that they're bad per se. They just are only going to give you like the minimum amount of value. And we got another Dalthy Voidwalker out of this pack. But I won't lie, I love opening packs, and I always take that into account whenever I factor in the price of anything, is how much fun is it going to be to open this? Am I going to enjoy opening it? If so, that adds a little bit of value to it. Because yeah, I might not walk away with my money's worth in cards, but the experience is worth something at least. Wow, we got a Ragavan. This box wants to definitely prove its worth here as we get to the later half of it. Jumping from Grief and Fury to Dakon and Ragavan. That monkey is off the charts. I am a huge Godzilla fan. I was Team Godzilla for all of Godzilla vs. Kong, but if it was Godzilla vs. Ragavan, I think it would have been a different story, I'm not going to lie. So we got a Nettle Cyst, and we got a foil Deepwood Denizen out of that pack. Because Ragavan just... he gets in there and he just does work. And unfortunately, I think we'll see a lot of people making the statement in the next few months, oh, if I had 4 Ragavan, I'd play 4 Ragavan. And it will just be a moment while everybody kind of catches up. So we actually got 2 new to modern mythics. That's pretty cool. And a Sanctifier on Vec. Mirari's Wake was a classic card that I absolutely love. I remember when it first came out, that was when I used to play just tabletop. I didn't go anywhere really. I just played at home with my friends. But that card That card was my favorite card. It was my pet card. I tried throwing it in every deck. I had a deck that was based around dragons, which is not in green-white at all, and I still threw it in there because that's how much I loved it. Search the premises. So rare for that pack. But yeah, we are 2/3 of the way through this. It looks like maybe a little bit less, and we've gotten one fetch land, but we have gotten a couple other. We've gotten 2 Dalthy Voidwalkers, which are cards that definitely pique the interest. I know right now one of the cards everybody's hunting for is the good old Urza's Saga. We got a General Fetris Rockerick, if I pronounced that correctly. Really good card. We got that in the sketch art, and we got a foil Bottle Golems. The Urza's Saga is an insane card. I like its design. I think that it's very unique. I love cards like that. I love cards that just pique the interest the moment you play them because they're not like anything else you've ever seen. And that's exactly what we were given with that card. So we got a Greed, and we got a Damn. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on the internet. Well, it's the name of the card, so damn it is. But yeah, I like the fact that they put Damnation onto a card hidden in a card that they just named Damn. And that's the type of stuff, like, I like the reference to Saddleback Lagak with Captured by Lagak. I like a lot of what they did with the flavor of this set. And just melding these cards together. We got a Moderation and a Curse Totem. Good abilities of creatures can be activated. And Moderation is really good and limited. That's all I can really say. I got locked up by somebody who had a Moderation and an Upheaval, and they just locked me out with endless value because they never didn't have all the answers because they had 7 cards in hand the entire game. And there's that counter spell I was talking about. We got another Dermataxi. This one looks different, so I actually can thumb through here. Did I actually miss? Oh, I did. That one is a sketch one. My bad for missing that. We got 2, 4, 6. Got about 9 packs left here in this booster box. And as you can see, like I said, I've been pulling them all out. We're getting a fair number of the alternate art cards, a Rishodon, and a Foil Fury. Wow. Foil Fury is pretty good, but the Rishodon deckhand actually steals the show here. As Rishodon Port was such a powerhouse, and that has a relevant creature type in Merfolk, so it's definitely very possible that Merfolk could become a very atrocious deck when you're like, oh, I'll turn this into an island, and then I'm going to tap down your only other source of this color, so you're locked out of a color for the rest of the game. Just seems very, very, very dangerous. But I would be happy to see Merfolk make a return. Okay, so we got a Scalding Tarn, and we got a Chainer Nightmare Adept as our new to modern card, and we got a foil Lucid Dreams. We'll gladly take a Scalding Tarn, like I said, the ones I need. Soul Snare, and a Territorial Kavo. Somebody made a good point about this card, because it has Domain, where its power and toughness are each equal to the number of basic land types among lands you control. And when it attacks, you choose one, you discard a card, you draw a card, and exile up to 1 target creature from a graveyard. Or target card from a graveyard. The thing that's really interesting about Territorial Kavu is the fact that waste counts for your domain now. So even though most people would think, oh, its maximum power would be a 5/5, it could actually be a 6/6. But there is no, at least not at the moment, there is no dual lands that count as wastes. So you would have to run just a basic waste. Which seems like a waste. Ha, ha, ha. Milliken new to modern. Ooh, and we got a subtlety. So we got a good number of mythics here. Yeah. 5 regular, 1 foil, and then 2 new to modern mythics as well. One of which being a retro border Titania, and then an alternate border Dakon, or a borderless Dakon. Definitely a good stack, mythics wise. Braids and Nykthos Paragon. This card is terrifying. Nykthos Paragon is... You gotta have like a big life gain source. Like it doesn't go in Soul Sisters because you'd only get 1 point across the board. But if you have like a big lifelink creature that's cracking in for 5, that thing just goes off the charts insane. Left unchecked literally for 1 turn and your creatures all become like 10/10s. So we got... Oh, no, it's a new to modern card. I was like, why do we have 4 uncommons? So we got a Gilt Blade Prowler foil, and we got a Magus of the Bridge. So like I said, that's kind of a classic move because we had Magus of the Moon and other cards like that that had effects from enchantments on creatures. But Magus of the Bridge is I think a downgrade from Bridge from Below as far as like a lateral move, because Magus itself, it kind of hurts. Got a Shardless Agent and a Harmonic Prodigy. Last 2 packs here. Come on, hit us with a spicy foil just to finish it off. Really don't think I can ask for much more, though. We did get a foil mythic already, but I'm greedy. Seablade. Well, we got another mythic. So, Sevaloon of the Sea and Sky. What's really interesting, I don't know if everybody is aware of this lore-wise, but Dakon and Sylveon, or however you pronounce your name, they are actually from older Magic sets. They are part of a storyline. And I want to say that we got 3 or 4 of the main characters from that story arc in this set. I can't remember them all off the top of my head, or else I'd say, yeah, we got them all. But I don't want to be a liar. Guys, will as our last rare and a foil filigree attendant. So overall, though, definitely very happy with this box. We got a couple fetch lands, we got a plethora of mythics, and I think we got a couple cards that stole the show here. Foil mythic, borderless planeswalker, and retro border mythic are definitely some highlights of this box. And like I said, even up till 2/3 of the way through this box, I was like, okay, this is an okay box. It kind of blew up from there, but at the same time, even when I said it was an okay box, I definitely feel like I was still getting my value out of it. I actually don't think right now there is a way you don't get your value out of Modern Horizons 2. I could be very wrong about that, but just my cursory glance at it. But we got the collector box still to go, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching. I hope you had as much fun as we did making the video. Me and Obi will be up to more antics next week. Feel free to hit the like and subscribe button to see more of what we're up to, and we will be back soon with new videos.